Yeah, what is hypnotism? It's a good question. The easiest thing to start with hypnotism is to actually think more along the lines of what isn't it? There are so many myths and so many things that I read on the internet where people just they have all these fears and worries about it, and they're normally based on two things. They're normally based on the belief that you've got to make your mind go completely sort of blank and empty, or you've got to allow somebody else full control of you, take over your mind, take over control of you. All I can say is both of those are completely false. I understand where they come from. Some of them come a little bit from things like when you go and see a stage show, a hypnosis show, which I've actually done before, so I know how that works. And in a stage show, it's very much like if you saw a good magic show. You see a really good magician on stage, and it doesn't matter how good they are, it's just because they're skilled performers. You know that, they might be really convincing, they might completely fool you, but you don't really think that they're kind of like Dumbledore or Gandalf or whatever from Lord of the Rings. You know that they're a good skilled performer. And a good stage show is like that. But what they sell you is this idea that they're somehow magically in control of you. But it is a performance. In reality, hypnosis is a state where you can learn much more effectively, much more rapidly, anything that your subconscious is going to do without conscious thought. So it's quite a relaxed state. It's kind of like going into sleep or going into that sort of state of focus, maybe when you're watching a really good movie or something like this. What it isn't, though, is nobody has control of you. I mean, I've treated thousands of clients, and I've never had control of any of them yet. They've all been in control. They can wake up when they want. They can reject any suggestion that I make. They're fully in control. If you think about it, if hypnotism was to gain control of people, every hypnotist would be incredibly wealthy and powerful. We'd be all multi-millionaires. I could put somebody into hypnotism and then just say, well, just sign over your house to me or your car to me or whatever, and I'd be so rich. And so it's not that. And it's also not about making your mind go blank, completely empty. I do know that there is one state, I think, where your mind probably goes completely blank or empty, but I only know of one state where that happens, and I think that's normally referred to as being dead. So realistically, that's what hypnotism isn't. What it is, like I say, a good way of changing the way our brain off, putting one thing higher or lower on the spectrum of things, where our subconscious kind of just comes to the fore a little bit. That's all it is. It's just that. It's where we can sort of operate slightly differently, and we can let our normal critical faculties that try and sort of undo things and maybe believe negative step back, and we can kind of go along with things and work differently. So that's really what it is. Generally, people find it very relaxing. You don't really have to relax. It's just that that's a nicer way of doing it. I have hypnotized people literally in a pub before where a rock band has been playing maybe 20 feet away from us. So you don't need to have a peaceful, relaxing environment to do it, but it definitely helps. And it's a nicer thing for the people that are being hypnotized. So hopefully that helps.